Hello, my darling diamonds in the rough. I am your favorite talking stone, and today we are back with some more daily puzzles. Now, why don't we just hop right on in with some Wordle? Perfect. Don't even have to wait for it. And we're going to start with our favorite starting word, which is, of course, jazzy. And we get a wonderful A, which I love to follow with a wonderful plant. I don't know why I want to be a plant dad. I said this. No, I already said that spiel. I already did this take in like one of the first 10 episodes of the Daily Puzzles. But yeah, I do want to own a plant one day. Not sure which one. They're so great. Maybe a tree. Maybe a nice little. I don't know. And I also want to grow my own herbs for cooking. I remember going to the store and seeing this nice little fresh little parsley plant that it could be mine for a whopping $3.99. But then it means I'd never have to buy parsley again. So I'm weighing the pros and cons of it, but I've not bought the parsley plant. I bought parsley instead, but not the plant, which is sad, but maybe one day. But today, we got a P and an A. An A is the third letter. What is the P? Maybe a spade? Spade. Oh, I actually have a... Oh, wait. Oh, for a second, I thought... Wow. For a second, I thought we got it. We got the first three letters, and then obviously now, the D is not at the fourth letter, and an E. Well, wow, that's pretty good. But I believe tomorrow I should be releasing a little magic trick, little card trick short that I hope all of you can enjoy. It was actually quite an incredible pain to make it because I had gloves on, and the gloves basically halve my dexterity with my fingers. So it was not fun just trying to pull cards out. It was weird, but it was so fun to make though. So I do hope you enjoy it when it releases tomorrow. Well, today, based on when this video comes out, I believe it releases today in probably about 5 hours after this is posted. So be on the lookout for that. But spade, and what could be the last letter? Maybe spare, like in bowling. It is spare, like in combat. How wonderful, how dear. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember I do know why. It's because I remember. When I think of spare, I think bowling, and the reason why is because I remember those little animations you'd get at the bowling alley when you would roll a spare, or a strike, or no gutter ball, or you split the pins. It was always some weird, crazy weird animation that made no sense, but it was always so fun and memorable. That being said, I don't remember the exact details of it, but it was always a good little, what is it called? A good little animated video, I guess, animated short that was quite comical. Because I was never good at bowling, but those things made bowling a bit more fun for someone who sucks at bowling. Well, do I say sucks? No, I say I'm terrible at bowling. I have no skill at bowling. Is that fair to say? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm not very skilled at bowling. But what I am skilled at... I'm sorry, I can't think of anything. I was going to say the mini, which is what we're doing now, but I don't consider myself skilled at it yet. I think I'm getting better, but I don't consider myself skilled at it. But maybe I can change my mind with a terrific performance today. So let us begin. Word after cheap as, or old as dirt, cheap as dirt. That's the saying, and that's what we're going to use. Sean Blank, director who won 4 Oscars for Anora. Never seen Anora. I don't know directors, and I apologize. Annie, It's the Hard Knock Life, musical. Annie, right? I don't remember the musical, I remember the movie. And I didn't watch the movie, I just remember the trailers for the movie, and them saying It's a Hard Knock Life. And yeah, Hard Knock Life became part of my, I guess, what is it called? Playlist. Yes, playlist for about a couple of months till it fell out of fashion for me. Now my playlist is... I don't really have playlists actually now that I think about it. Like the algorithm that I used to use Google Music, not even Apple Music or YouTube Music. I used to use Google Music and then they discontinued it, which made me sad. But the Google Music algorithm was fun. Definitely liked it. Definitely enjoyed it. 10 out of 10. Brought me some fun songs. Brought me some weird songs. But at the end of the day, it is what it was. It is what it was? Yeah. Whatever. But I got a nice variety of music. But then I tried YouTube, but YouTube had ads. And I didn't use YouTube Music because I just wanted to use normal YouTube. I don't want to download a second app for music. But yeah, so many ads. So those well-crafted playlists do not suit me. And then we go to Spotify, which their playlists, I don't really listen to their playlists, I'm being completely honest. I just go on an artist and click them, and it always depends. But right now I've been listening to a lot of Creepy Nuts, you know, Japanese rap. It's fun. If you ever watched, if you ever seen the Mashal opening, the Bring Bam Bam Boom, that's them. That's them. They have some great songs. I love Two-Way Nice Guy. I think that's my favorite. But there's a lot of good ones. Definitely recommend Creepy Nuts if you're interested in foreign music. And I say foreign music. Not American music. Not English music, I'll say. Because it's pretty good. I enjoy it. But we'll continue. Pastry at a tea shop. Muffin, pie, cake, croissant. Could be a lot of things, so we don't know. Works on a quilt, perhaps. Sews? Do you sew a quilt or do you knit a quilt? I'll leave it as knit, but it might be sews. I'm not sure. One down. Never give a sword to a man who can't blank. Confucius. Never give a sword to a man who can't... Huh. I don't know. I remember, what is it? The Art of War by Confucius? Which is, revolutionary is a bit of a stretch without saying the context. And with the context, it's definitely revolutionary. But basically, the Art of War, I believe, what was its intended audience? Like nobles who have never fought, who have never studied battle. And the Art of War was to teach them how war should be fought in ways that are understandable to them. People who do not have this experience in combat. For that, it's quite incredible. And then, of course, nowadays, the people who are fighting wars are skilled at it, whether for better or for worse. But the Art of War, a lot of those tidbits and whatnot are applied to one's daily life. Like, what was it? One about a sea? I don't remember, but a lot of those excerpts for morals of battle can be, not morals of battle, but teachings for battle can be applied for teachings of regular life, can be adapted in that sort of way, which is interesting how something so old and something intended for something completely different can be interpreted in such a way in the future. But we continue. You don't need to tell me. I know. And so knit is wrong, and it's sews. S-E-W-S. And it's I know. Okay. Alright, and what is it? Never give a sword to a man who can't... Is it dance, by chance? Because that's the first thing that comes to mind, so I'm going to leave it as that. 3 down. Straps for a horseback rider. I was thinking saddle, but it's not saddle. Reins. Yeah, reins. One might be shady. A tent? Unfortunately, E's in the wrong place. Tree! Oh! Ah, man, I remember sitting under a tree and just in the shade and just existing. It's very fun. I highly recommend it. Just going outside and just existing for a minute. If you have like a picnic blanket, put it down, just rest on it. The ground isn't necessarily as soft as a bed, but when the temperature is moderate, when it's decently nice and there's a gentle breeze, oh man, it's just wonderful. Just not stop and smell the roses. You don't need to be next to roses. In fact, I have a pollen allergy. Do I have a pollen allergy? I have a lot of allergies. But I have like I do have pollen allergy. But it's like that. Just sitting down on a blanket. Or even a bench. Just sitting down on a bench in a nice shaded area. Maybe listening to the sound of water from a fountain. Enjoying the gentle breeze. Oh man, that's wonderful. I love that. I love nature. Nature is wonderful. And lastly, 5 down, Big Mouth Billy Blank. Base? Oh! We got it! What do we miss? Sean Baker. Director won 4 Oscars for Anora. And Scone as a pastry. Okay. That's wonderful. That was pretty good. I felt rather confident with that. But I want to see if we can match that, how you say, not confidence, but level of skill with our next puzzle, which of course is the connections, but they are not done loading yet. They are not done loading yet. Okay, now are they done loading? I believe so. Let me hop on over and check out. Yep, they are. Wonderful. Right as rain. Here we go. I almost clicked on the wrong thing, but we can go on. Negative. I'm thinking pessimistic, or in terms of numbers. Negative numbers. Numbers that are less than 0. Or pessimistic, like, or maybe negative as in terms of magnetism, like a positive and negative pole. Numbers. I'm thinking, I remember, what is it called? Like not a verse in the Bible, but like a chapter of the Bible? Is that what it's called? Oh, and I'm seeing something else later that's a chapter of the Bible, but, oh wait, wow, I think these are Bible chapters, so I'm sorry, I'm looking ahead. But I'm thinking numbers as a part of the Bible, the chapter in the Bible, whatever it's called. It's a little bit bigger than a verse, but a little less than a testament, so I don't really know. But yeah, numbers is that, or numbers is 1, 2, 3, 4. Sean. That's a name. I don't know. Job. That's work. That's what someone does for a living. Or it's Job, and I've talked about the book of Job before, which is a Bible verse about God basically testing someone's faith, which back then might seem virtuous for someone to have that enduring faith, and nowadays maybe the book of Job isn't the best way to convey how one should have faithfulness, just because, again, values change and whatnot. Well, that's just my personal belief, and I felt like I didn't explain it well enough, and I don't want to go into too much. But yes, Book of Job. It's definitely an interesting read. Pierce, to puncture something, or Pierce as in a name. A male named Pierce. Sugar. That's like something sweet. Maybe processed sugar, maybe natural sugar, but I'm thinking something sweetness. Stick. That's the good old joke. What's brown and sticky? A stick. But no, a stick could be anything. In the arms of someone who is creative, a stick is anything. It is a sword that can vanquish dragons. It is a magical wand that can do the most fantastical things. It is a staff for a noble warlock. It is just an object of one's imagination. Roger. Well, that can be like Roger that you'd say over microphone. Not microphone, walkie-talkie. Or Roger, as in like Uncle Roger. Not, what is it, Uncle Roger? Yeah. Uncle Roger, that was the show in the... Oh, I don't even know when it was. But Uncle Roger, yeah, he was a nice guy. From what I hear, all those good stories about him. Or Roger, just a guy's name. Sure. As in, like, certainty. You are sure of something. Daniel, again, another guy's name, and it can be abbreviated as Dan as well. Over, as in, I guess, on top of. What is this? Shiobon? This is an Irish name, is it? I'm sorry, I forget. I don't really know. Oh, man, I definitely butchered it, too. But we'll continue. But I believe that's a name. Poke, or maybe it's like a poke bowl. Or is it not poke bowl? What is it? Is it called a poke bowl? Like I don't eat it. I don't know what it's called. But basically, it's this bowl that's food, and it has like, well, it has the apostrophe, I believe. So I'm thinking this is poke, like to prod something with your finger or something. Copy. I'm thinking copy, paste, cut, whatever you like those computer shortcuts. Or I'm thinking a copy of something like a mimicry. Judges, I believe, is a Bible verse. I believe. I'm not sure. But I believe it is. Or judges as in like Judge Judy. Something like that. It's a judge over a court of law. And jab means to hit. Alright, let's do our Bibles first. Numbers, Job, Judges, and what else? Piercer, Poke, Copy, Daniel, Sugar. Well, the four Gospel writers are Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And I do not see any of them here. So maybe I'm missing something, or maybe I'm... But I do think these are all three of these, I believe, are Bible chapters. Whatever it's called. Roger, over, Daniel, sure. But I guess not, because I don't see anything else that could be a third one. No Matthew, no Mark, no Luke, no John, no, who is that, who's one of the earlier Bible writers? I think his name started with a J. I don't know. But even so, no J names here. To jab, to poke, to basically, to stick, to basically, pierce, to hit someone with. To prick, okay. Negative is like down or an opposite? No. Positive, negative? Positive could mean sure. Positive means the opposite of negative. Positive means to over copy Roger. This is affirmative. Copy, sure, over Roger. This means affirmative. Roger, over, copy, sure. What else means affirmative? Sean, Daniel, Sugar, negative. Negative could be involved in this, but it does not mean affirmative. Clearly, it's the opposite of positive. It's negative. Numbers, judges, and okay. So maybe... instead of saying, like, this is walkie-talkie speak. Copy, over, Roger, negative. Radio lingo, okay. Not walkie, well, I believe walkie-talkies communicate over radio waves, so that's technically right. I'll give a half thumbs up to that. Now, here's the thing. We have, not Sean, we have Judges, Job, and, what was the last one? Numbers. And I believe these were all Bible verses. Not verses, chapters, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. So we might have one more that fits that. But on the flip side, even if we do... Well, you know what? Let's try Daniel. It's probably not Daniel, but let's try it. It is Daniel. Old Testament books. Huh. So I was right. Relating to the Bible. Lastly, Sean, sure, Sugar, oh! The SH, basically an SH sound without the H. Shiobon. Well, the Shiobon technically has an S and an H, and I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It has the S at the beginning, and the H down here. Technically. Well, granted, it's the SH sound. S followed by H. So I don't know why I brought that up. But anyway, that was wonderful. We kind of just... dominated that. That was actually fantastic. But as always, we have one more special puzzle, one more fun little game for us to enjoy. And today's game is none other than Stacked. Right, this is the full screen, but we got everything? And I think we do. Yeah, we do. So let me read how to play. Find groups of words that share something in common. Each group is assigned a color, which will be revealed when you solve. Wait, how is this different from categories or connections? So groups have different sizes. 1 word is red, 2 words is yellow, 3 words is green, 4 words is blue, 5 words is purple. Rules. Select 1 to 5 words and tap submit to see if your guess is correct. Find the groups without making 4 mistakes. Hints are available after 1 mistake. Close guesses. Blue. 1 wrong means you selected 1 incorrect word for the blue group. Yellow. 1 less means you've selected 1 too many words for the yellow group. And purple. 1 more means you selected 1 too few words for the purple group. Okay. So, those will be close. Okay. Alright, I see it. 1 wrong, 1 less, and 1 more. Okay. So let us go. Oh my gosh, I see some good stuff here. I'm doing... Well, what do I cook with? Like as like a seasoning or a herb or whatnot. Ginger, basil, cumin, Let's see, what else? Well, these are all good. And I would be okay with guessing them. In fact, I really do want to guess them, but let me just read through. Nose, tortilla, key, wonton, gold, lentil, plate, Gouda, mood, tomato, brie, and wedding. You know, I'm going to guess it. Seasonings, there we go. I have all three of those downstairs in my kitchen. I have cumin, I have, would you have basil? I think I have dried basil. And I have ginger. Well, granted, the ginger, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to need to toss it soon. I used it like a month ago, and it's just been sitting in my refrigerator, and it has to go. It has to go. I'm so sad, but it has to go. Because I don't use it that often. I just grated some into marinade, and it was delicious. The marinated chicken was delicious, but that was months ago. I need to move on. Gouda and brie are cheeses. Any other cheeses? None that I see, so let us submit. Cheese. Alright, now we can continue. Nose, tomato, plate, key, wedding, key. Plate, key, gold. Okay. Now we're tricky, because we're missing 4, 5, and 1. So, maybe tortilla, tomato soup, lentil soup, maybe? There's no... Oh yeah, tomato soup, lentil soup, wonton soup, and tortilla soup? Yeah! Oh wow, we are actually doing really good on this. Now what's left? We have a single one and the rest 5 are together. So which one doesn't belong of these? Plate, wedding, gold, key, mood, noise. Nose, not noise. You smell with your nose? No. We have 4 guesses, so we can probably brute force this if we're being honest. In fact, let's do the math for brute forcing. So that would be, chances we get it wrong 4 times is, what is it, 5 over 6 times 4 over 5 times, so yeah, 5 over 6 times 4 over 5 times 3 over 4 times 2 over 3. What is that, 1/3, essentially? 1/3 being... Yeah, we have basically a 67% chance of getting this correct just by brute forcing. 67% chance. You know, 1 in 3. Or really 2 in 6. Technically that makes more sense. But we'll continue. So what doesn't belong? Plate, mood, wedding, key, and gold. Key is weird and I'm just going to say nose. 1 wrong. Key also seems out of place. Yeah, I am brute forcing it. Okay. So nose and key. Okay, we have 4 left. So now it's, instead of 67, it's down to a 50-50. Which one of these is wrong and which one of these is right? So let us continue. We could technically use a hint. I might use a hint if I get it wrong again, but now let's actually think. You nose, key... Huh. Plate, wedding, gold, mood. I really don't know. I could not say. You know what? Let's try wedding. 1 wrong. So it's either plate, mood, or gold. So let us use our hints. Hint reveals 1 word from each of the groups. Yes, hint. But we already knew that. Okay, can we use hint again? Never. Okay. So that hint was kind of completely useless. Because we already knew Key was part of that group. Key, Nose, and Wedding. Nose, Wedding, and Key. What do all those have in common? Maybe... No, not... I was going to say organ. As in, like, the keys of an organ. Organ is played at a wedding, and then... Nose doesn't really relate to organ, though. Unless you're saying there's, like, an organ in your nose. But I don't think the nose counts as an organ. Yeah, no, it doesn't. So, plate, mood, or gold. But nose, wedding, and key. What is the similarity between them? Nose, wedding, and key. I really don't know. I'm really at a loss here. Plate, mood, and gold. I feel like plate's a part of this. Let's go mood. That's my guess. I really don't know, though. One wrong. We're just gonna name before we play. Submit gold. Was it plates? Single. Nose, mood, key, gold, and wedding. What is this? Blank ring. Okay. I see. Nose ring, mood ring, key ring, wedding ring, gold ring. Okay. That was hard. I thought that was really difficult, that last one. I really was just thrown for a loop. I should have thought about that. The blank ring. But I really just don't know. Yeah. That really threw me for a loop. But that was incredibly fun nonetheless. Right, now it's time for the end of video spiel. So what's on my mind? Alright. Well, I guess to start, the daily puzzles have been something I've been having a lot of fun with. And I really have enjoyed them. However, I think I'm going to end the series at episode 50. And maybe I'll come back to them in the future, but for now, I have done 50 of these, and one thing I would say is I want to change the focus. I want to spread my wings and fly like a beautiful stone soars through the air. And I'm just afraid of these videos becoming trite. Obviously, I have the commentary and whatnot growing, and I'm definitely growing in that area. I've watched my earlier videos, and let me just say, I am heavily lacking in the charisma department, in the engagement department. So I do apologize, and I am grateful for you bearing with me all this time. Your investment in watching has certainly paid its dividends. I would know, I edit these videos. Editor Me is very well acquainted with all the kicks and kudos. All the boons and busts of my know-it-hows and whatnots. But yes, I do want to a bit diverge, I suppose. That being said, I would still like to post very frequently. I don't know if I'll be able to, but 7 days a week. A post every day. Not 7 days a week, but a post every day is what I want to keep doing. Granted, I did miss that one daily puzzle a few days ago. I was not feeling too well. Didn't even leave a tweet, so I do apologize for that. Well, not tweet, a Blue Sky post or whatever it's called. And I do apologize for that. I don't think I ever apologized for that, missing that one, so I do apologize. But yes, I want to grow, and I want to keep up the same daily videos, but I also want to work on some more longer projects, which I haven't really got the chance to work on in a while. I have some ideas, some scripts that I want to work on, and I think I will, and I think I'll post them. But for now, what is it we have left? It's episode 40. We have like maybe 9, no, it's like episode 41. So we have 9 more videos left until we can not wrap the series. Say, see you later to the series. Because maybe one day in the future I will come back. That would be fun. But in terms of daily uploads, I think we ended on episode 50. That's a nice round number. And it's brilliant. And I will do my best to make sure I live up to my expectations, let alone yours. And I hope I can grow and develop into someone that can be admired by myself. I'm sorry, I'm quite egotistical. But yes, I do want to continue to grow in content. And that is my plan. So, please bear with me as I make that transition. And thank you. Not just for bearing with me then, but for bearing with me now. You are indulging me in my fun, and I appreciate it. And if you have any ideas for what you want me to do, let me know. Post in the comments. I would be glad to listen to them. But, as always, have a day. I hope it's a good one. See ya.